And good evening. We are live here for South Lafourche football. It is a varsity district matchup between the visiting South Lafourche Tarpons and the home Vandebilt Terriers, who are celebrating their homecoming tonight. Casey Gisclair proud to be joined by Coach Brian Callais here in the booth at Buddy Marcello Stadium. BJ Young said earlier in the week, Brian, that he thinks this is arguably the biggest rivalry that South Lafourche has. I agree with him 100%. So it's two schools that are very familiar with one another. They've got a lot of intertwined between the kids. You know, some of the Vanderbilt kids are from down the bayou and vice versa. A lot of them play travel baseball together, whatever it may be. And it's a game that, frankly, is big for both teams. I was just talking to Brad Villavasso on the Vanderbilt sideline. He said, hey, we didn't play well last week against Letcher. We want to bounce back strong today. It's a Tarpon team that's 1-4 and, quite frankly, can't afford to give up much more ground. So they got to play well today. Something. And welcome back here to Buddy Marcello Stadium. We are about 18 or so minutes away from the opening kick between the South Lafourche Tarpons and the Vandebilt Terriers. It's homecoming night here for Vanderbilt. Before we get into some of these numbers and different things of that sort, Brian, when you were a visiting coach, and I guess maybe this is more on the basketball side than the football side because, you did middle school for the football side primarily, but basketball, you were the head coach. If it's senior night or something, are you telling your guys, like, hey, let's go and spoil the party here? You think that's something that BJ's mentioned throughout the week?
Maybe a few years ago, but nowadays it's not that big of a deal because in the past, the head coach would say, look, I want to play this team on homecoming. You'd pick a team, honestly, that you can just beat. Now it's more of administration is picking when homecoming is going to be because of all the activities involved. So it's not so much about the coach picking a game now. So I don't think he would be saying that because I'm sure Vanderbilt didn't pick this game. It could have been the administration just saying, look, and I think it's a great game to have a homecoming game against South Lafourche. You know they're going to bring a big crowd. You're going to have a home crowd, so why not? And it's more and more off the field about activities than the game, but we're here for the game.
The passing leaders in our area, Benjamin Case of Central Catholic of Morgan City is the leader in the area with 1,029 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Owen Trosclair of Covenant Christian Academy, 841 yards, 12 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Boy, is that incredible. Josh Mack for South Lafourche, 65 of 142, 798 yards, 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Brian, I think Josh is starting to play some of his best football this season. It was a little bit of a shaky start But I think he's starting to come to his own, and I think he's playing better.
Yeah, he has. He's commanding the offense. I think he's doing a great job. When he gets out of the pocket, he can set his shoulders and feet and throw the football. He's doing. You can see the improvement every single game.
In the rushing category, Meathead, we're going to be seeing a heavy dose of him today. He's actually the second leading rusher in the area right now, narrowly holding a lead over Robert Day. Landon Dardar has 97 carries, 445 yards with 3 touchdowns, trailing just Connor Lowley of CCA, who has 567 yards. Man, with Dardar, one of the things that BJ has been talking about is early in his career, he was not a guy who was finishing the game stronger at the end than he did at the beginning. He kind of had like some cramping issues and whatever. That's not the case now. Whether he plays defense, whether he plays offense, like he's good to go now, the full 4 quarters. And we saw him even late in the game against C.D. White, even with the game out of reach, delivering some really good runs.
Well, yeah, he's running with confidence. He runs the right way. He falls forward. Very seldom, if at any time, will he go down with first contact. He's just a tough, bruising runner. And I think, look, with half the season to go, he's trying to get to 1,000 yards, and I think that's reachable for him.
Yep, he definitely certainly has a really good shot to do that. Receiving in the area, we have the leading receiver in the area is Terrence Petrie, number 1 for South Lafourche, 25 catches, 402 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Brian, what is it about Terrence that allows him to, just always be open? I mean, he's not the biggest, he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest, but he's just always open.
He's an athlete. He runs good routes, and he gets separation, and he knows what to do with the football when he gets it. He doesn't try and fake people out. He turns, gets positive yards. So the little things all add up with Terrence Petrie at a receiver.
The thing that stands out to me is the Tarpons have 3 of the 9 leading receivers in the area. Landon Jarvis, 17 catches, 194 with a score. Jacob Pierce, 16 catches, 194 with a score. So, it's diversity, man. It's hard to just say, all right, well, we're going to take Terrence away. Teams have been trying to do that, and guess what? Jacob Pierce and Landon Jarvis have really stepped up. And if you start to try to focus on them, guess what? Andravian Hughes could step up and could bite you. So they do have a 4-headed monster.
Yeah, don't forget about Dre Hughes in there because it's a 4-headed monster. And you see now Mack also not afraid to tug the ball and run and pick up yards, and he's smart. He slides or goes out of bounds, avoiding that unnecessary hit.
No doubt about it. So let's go ahead and do a little housekeeping here. Our injury report and injury timeouts tonight will be brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing you the latest and best technology to the region. When we get our coin toss in just a second, it will be brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company, banking you can count on, member FDIC. Home team starting lineup on the offensive side will be brought to you by Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. On the defensive side, the home team starting lineup is brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation, helping to spread suicide prevention awareness. 1 in 5 adults live with a mental health condition. Call 988 for 24/7 free and confidential emotional support. Home team first downs tonight are brought to you by Golden Motors, where price is priority. And our kickoffs tonight are brought to you by PMC Insurance. How about this one? He's going to like this one. Touchdowns and long passes are Blue Boot Bombs tonight. Brought to you by the Blue Boot Foundation.
One side Blue Boot Bomb tonight.
One side Blue Boot Bomb. Red Zone tonight is brought to you by Absolute Fitness. And Tackles for a Loss are brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation, helping to spread suicide prevention awareness. And at the end of the night, we've got our Power Player of the Game, brought to you by the Gin Gators.
When I have that list somewheres of all the Power Player of the Games,
Last week it was Hughes.
Try and find it.
So, Luke, let's do this. Let's take another 3-minute break.
And when we get back, we're going to try and have the Tarpon stats.
Okay, sounds like a winner. When we get back, we'll try to get that covered. It is pregame between the Tarpons and the Terriers on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Welcome back here to Buddy Moricello Stadium. The clock reads 9 minutes and 28 seconds rather. We've got Tarpons and we've got Terriers in just a second here on Coastal Broadcasting and the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Both of these teams coming off of a loss, as we said earlier in the broadcast, with South Lafourche losing to E.D. White, and Vanderbilt losing to Lutcher. Brian, it looks like both teams are about to take the field. Maybe a smidge earlier than normal. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you right out of the gate, man, what are some keys? What do the Tarpons have to do to try to come on the road, spoil the party, and get a road win against the Terriers?
Well, first of all, let's start on the defensive side. You got to contain Coleman. I don't know if you can actually stop him, but if I was to tell you in 4 games, the total rush yards, all right, that the Terriers had, against Lutcher was 46 yards. Against Morgan City was 303. They had a good game there. Sulphur 116, and against Central 40. So
that's not a whole lot.
No. And so I think you're going to have to contain Coleman, get him, don't let him use his speed and get to the outside. But look, he hits the hole hard. He can break it right up the middle. I think you're going to have to know where he's at and get a pass rush on the quarterback. Don't let him sit back in the pocket because they will throw the football at times when they need to. On defense, they also, you got to win the battle up front because E.D. White's defense, they're going to come up. They want to try and look. The Tarpons are going to be bigger, I think, than the Terriers tonight. But the Terriers are quick. They're strong. They're athletic up front. They try and plug up holes and let their linebackers come up and make plays. And if the Tarpons can get an offensive push and move that line of scrimmage, you're going to see the Tarpons just ground and pound, and every once in a while maybe try for a big chunk play. But I think it's going to start up front, winning the line of scrimmage battle.
Sounds like a winner. One thing that has allowed Vanderbilt to score some points despite struggling to move the football at times, they're really good on special teams. They have hit some returns. They are very good at trying to pressure kicks and block kicks. And I know that because Brian Wallace was Nichols' special teams coach last year. So that's a phase of the game that they're going to be very mindful of. South Lafourche has to try to play even in that phase because Vanderbilt's really, really good at it, and they're going to look to take advantage tonight.
And what special teams, direct relation, field position. And you're going to have to also win that battle of field position where if you can go on a shorter field, that's going to help your chances putting that ball in the end zone.
The Tarpons have brought their tunnel. They're going to be running out through their tunnel in just a second. The Terriers have theirs as well. Both teams will be making their grand entrance in just a second. On homecoming night here in Houma. Tarpons are mostly, I was actually talking with Coach Villavaso. I said, man, look, Tarpons are mostly injury-free. The issue is just they got so many guys playing both ways, it's been hard to keep enough gas in the tank.
Tarpons take the field. We hear some boo birds on the side.
Yeah, how dare those folks boo people that they live next to. There we go.
I'll keep that. Just
keep that one.
I don't know
you need these back?
No, sir. You can.
So the Terriers are about to take the field. I tell you one thing about Vanderbilt, boy, their facilities are top-notch. And look at that grass. That looks like a golf fairway. Like I want to go and hit some pitching wedges at the 50-yard line. Their field, natural grass surface, but it is in pristine condition. It always is. And that's just a testament to the hard work of their staff here.
Across the way, Tarpons have a decent crowd out there on the visitor side. If you look across the field, you're going to see we're flying 2 flags tonight.
What's that?
We got the ESPN flag and the KLEB flag.
I was wondering. Terriers are about to take the field in a minute. Now there they come.
Some fireworks.
Yep, popping some fireworks. Tarpons will be in the home white with the blue trim. The Terriers in the home blues with the white and gold trim. It looks like Vanderbilt has kind of ixnayed the pink. No one's in any pink with them. Tarpons have some pink to celebrate the breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, I know years back, and I don't know if it's the same now, but high school association would come and so you can have one
game.
Designate one game in the month of October.
All right, captains for South Lafourche as we get to our coin toss, brought to you by State Bank. Maurice Delot, 45, Talon Douay, 72, Bennett Bourgeois, 61, which is Jonah Otan for the Terriers. It is 80, James Guidry, 0, Paul Boudreau, 55, Andrew Sanji, and 4, Jalen Coleman. Then on the outside of the huddle is 3, Logan Hemel, number 13, Jack Chestnut, and number 23, Cole St. Pierre. This coin toss is brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company. Cajun Banking, served just the way you like it. Member FDIC. Tarpons won the toss last week and took the football, didn't they?
I believe you are correct, sir.
Let's see here. South Lafourche has won the toss, and they are going to receive. So the Tarpons want the football again. And let's rock and roll.
You know, I like those. I like the decision, get the ball first. I get it, you know, the NFL and college goes that way a little bit, but why you wouldn't want the ball first? You know, I guess you can make adjustments.
That's the way it's the way it was whenever I was growing up. For sure, you would always win the toss and take the ball.
The family of Roman Robichaux.
Oh, that's really cool. They were the honorary captains tonight. We're going to pause for our pregame invocation and then the national anthem.
You know, we're going to, couple of weeks, have a homecoming at South Lafourche.
Your 10th year anniversary?
Yes.
You expect them to believe that?
No. But I'll be walking across the field pregame.
That's awesome, man.
I'll give you a Heisman poll so Zach can get it on film.
There's an alumni candle lighting going on at midfield. Remembering the Terrier graduates who are no longer with us.
Tonight, we remember Mr. John Tipton, longtime Vanderbilt teacher and father of Terrier alums Jay and Jeff, who recently passed away and was buried today. We also remember Brother Elvin Cortese, longtime brother of Sacred Heart and Vanderbilt Catholic principal, who recently passed and will be remembered at a special mass in Baton Rouge on October 26th. And at this time, the family of Roman Robichaux, a beloved member of the graduating class of 2025, we asked their family to help us with the alumni candle lighting ceremony. Though Roman is not with us in person, his spirit will forever be part of this class and the Vanderbilt family. In lighting this candle, we honor not only Roman, but all those in our community who are no longer with us, whose presence continue to inspire and unite us. And now please stand. Father Andre Melanson.
Father Andre Melanson will give us the pregame invocation here at Vanderbilt Catholic.
And then please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, it is with joy and thanksgiving that we approach you tonight and give thanks for the gift of home. The students and alumni of Vanderbilt Catholic, Houma Central Catholic, and St. Francis give thanks for our school family, our home which has nurtured and developed our relationships with one another and our relationship with your Son, Jesus. For 154 years, this school that we call home has raised up alumni and the charisms of the Mary Knights of Holy Cross and the Brothers of the Sacred Heart to be disciples of Christ to the world. We remember in a special way tonight our alumni who have passed to our eternal home in heaven, and we pray for their intercession for all of us. We pray for all of our terrier and tarpon athletes, cheerleaders, band members, and all those who use their God-given gifts so we can gather together tonight as two school communities to support and cheer each other on. Keep everyone safe tonight, and may all that we do be for your glory, Lord. We pray this prayer through the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And please stay standing and join in the singing of the national anthem to be led by the Terrier Regiment, directed by Mr. Alex Boone.
All right, let's have some fun here from Houma, Louisiana. South Lafourche won the toss. They have taken the football on a beautiful night here in Houma.
If any listener out there wants to see a good football game, go to YouTube and search Coastal Broadcasting and check out the middle school football game we called last night.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Heck of a game.
That was a really, really good one. Both of those teams should be really proud. I had a chance to speak with Jacob Allen earlier today. He was telling me that it's going to be a challenge to try to put the pieces back together and get, the boys' emotions in check. But he said, hey, we got a good group. We'll be ready. To which I say,
the light would hurt in here?
Nope. Not with the windows open. All right, let's rock and roll. The ball is going to be on the tee. Vanderbilt will be kicking it away. Their kicker is going to be kicking from right to left. Trying to get an ID. That's 85. So that would be Justin Ramirez. Tarpons have Hughes and Jarvis back. Also Jacob Pierce.
I was watching Ramirez kick in pregame. He can kick it.
Yeah, he can. Don't know that there'll be a return here, but we'll find out. Let's find out together, shall we? Here's the kick. It is a high, short kick that the Tarpons will be able to return. Hughes from the 3. Looking for a wedge. He's hit hard and stacked up at the 17-yard line. So the Tarpons will be pinned in their own territory pretty good, and that's where Josh Mack will lead the troops out.
Good coverage from the Terriers on that kick.
Just underway, about ready to have the first snap of the game. And by the way, as always, that kickoff was brought to you by PMC Insurance.
Go see our buddy Philly C. Chabert. He'll take great care of you.
1st and 10 for South Lafourche. Ball at about the 17-yard line. Tarpons in the gun. Meathead in the gun with Mack. 4 receivers set. And the Tarpons right out of the gate are going to commit a false start penalty. That was just a brain fart there. The lineman got down in the stance, and then it was almost like he forgot he was in his stance and then kind of flinched a little bit. So it'll be 1st and 15.
Yeah, he tried to get set again, but the official caught him.
That's something that will not make B.J. Young happy. 1st and 15, they hand it off to Dardar, picking through the line. And he got a little bit, but he didn't get all the penalty yards back. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 13 or 12 or so. Short gain on the play.
Yeah, not much room right there on the right side. Had a good hole. Closed pretty quick.
See if the Tarpons put it in the air for the first time here. Pin back at about the 15-yard line. Mack in the gun will keep it on a design run. Has a big hole across the 20, falling near the 25. So the Tarpons do something that we have not seen often this season, and that's just a designed run for Josh Mack, and he almost gets the first down.
Look, that's just straight from watching film. The Tarpons thought they can have an advantage there. Mack did a good job. Now the Tarpons in a third and manageable situation.
Yeah, got to get to about the 28. You're at the 25 now, so 3rd and 3. There's a gain of about 9 for Josh there. Tarpons in a 3-receiver set. Mack play action, rolls out, throws it to the flats. It's Jarvis. That's a Golden Motors first down and driving across the 30. So the Tarpons convert a 3rd down, and they move the chains, get a Golden Motors first down. Good pitch and catch. And Brian, a great job overcoming the penalty.
Yes, a nice job by Mack. Got to the outside, turned his shoulders, and Jarvis with a good route in the flats, picking up that first down. Vandy came with a little pressure, but the Tarpons picked it up.
BJ said earlier this week that his pass protection this season, in his estimation, is the best that it's ever been since he's been at South Lafourche, and there they picked it up beautifully. 4-receiver set. Mack will keep it on the outside. Lowering his shoulder. Oh, boy. Have not seen a whole lot of that this season, but he gets to about the 38-yard line, pickup of about 4. So Mack has brought his running shoes here in the early stages of the game.
Wrinkle we haven't seen this year. They can run in Mack. You see the Tarpons with a lot of motion, a lot of eye candy they're throwing at the Terriers right now.
9:47 and counting in the opening quarter. South Lafourche got it deep in their own territory, looking to strike first. But still a long way to go at their own 38-yard line. 2nd and 6. 4-receiver set. Mack looking to the sideline, getting his calls. There's the snap. Looking to throw. Secondary pressure. They throw it to the sideline, and it's caught. And that's a Golden Motors first down. There's Jarvis again. So Jarvis catches that one at about the 48-yard line. Moved the chains. Golden Motors first down. Vanderbilt brought a safety blitz, but by the time the safety got home, the ball was out, and the Tarpons converted for a first down.
Yeah, good route by Jarvis. Offensive line doing a good job protecting Mack so far.
And the Tarpons are on the move. We talked about this in the pregame, though. Can you finish the drive with points? That has been a bugaboo all year long. Hand it off to Dardar this time. He gets across the 50, short gain. Not a whole lot, but it is a positive gain. Pickup of about 2.
Yeah, and look, the Tarpons got to be patient. You still got to keep those inside runs. It's still positive yards you're picking up.
Ball to the Vanderbilt 49-yard line. Second and 8. Tarpons shuffling some personnel. Terriers maybe showing a little pressure. Inside handoff to Dardar. Big hole. Driving across the 45. He's near the sticks. He's being pushed. I think he's got it after the push. Still driving to about the 40-yard line. Excellent hustle there by the Tarpons pushing the pile. And South Lafourche has another Golden Motors first down.
Dardar's got to be careful. That ball was kind of hanging out a little bit. Good tough run and a good push picking up extra yards.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line. Mack throws it down the seam. He's got Petrie open. Caught it at the 20. Cuts inside, now bounces out. And that's adios, amigo. 49-yard touchdown. That's a blue boot bomb. South Lafourche strikes first. Right down the seam. The Tarpons hit him where it hurts. Go straight down the field for points.
Good opening drive from the Tarpons. They kept the Terriers off balance.
So South Lafourche strikes big on the first drive of the game.
As we see the replay. Petrie, great route, wide open, makes a move, makes 2 people miss, and just coast into the end zone.
Now the extra point try from Yair Torres. Snap is there, kick is up, and it's
Oh.
no good. He missed it to the left. So the Tarpons will miss the extra point. We'll see if that'll cost them a little later on, but they do go straight down the field and score. With 7:42 to go in the opening quarter, it's 6-0 Tarpons on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. 14-6 game. The Terriers kick it away. It was a touchback last time, and it's a touchback this time. The heel is in the – oh, no, yet no way. The Tarpons are going to break it here. Jarvis, that should have been a touchback. Jarvis gets it to the 42-yard line. South Lafourche caught a big break. Jarvis's heel 100% was in the end zone there. But the Tarpons will take it because they get great starting field position.
I'm not sure. The ball, I guess, has to go in the end zone.
Yeah, I'm not all the way sure. I don't see any of the Terrier players arguing. There is an injured Tarpon.
Jarvis did a good job. Can we see that again, possibly? It's like the Terrier stopped almost.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, that was a little confusing. The injured Tarpon on the field is Pierce.
I think official was right on top of that.
Okay, well, he's closer to it than we are.
I think that's a good call. Great field position for the Tarpons.
It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 43. Tarpons will have it at the 43. Mack.
Tarpons ran about 11 plays so far, 6 runs, 5 pass.
There's that B.J. Young balance we were talking about. Looking to the sideline, play clock down to 7. Inside handoff to Dardar. Nice hole. Driving to the 45. Pick up about 3 or 4.
And you see the Terrier defense. They're just coming across. They're trying to plug them holes. Dardar doing a good job of picking his spots and picking up positive yards.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Trips to the right side. They give it to Dardar. Dardar lowers his shoulder. Not much that time. Got to about the 49. Scoreboard update. E.D. White 15, Morgan City 0. Hanville leads Thibodaux 14-0. Thanks to Teddy Renoise for that one.
See the Tarpons take a shot here.
3rd and about 4.5 for South Lafourche here. Empty set. Mack looking to throw. Shoots it down the middle. Caught by Petrie. How far is he going to run? He's across the 45. Gets out of bounds at the 37. Terrence will maybe sell a little bit of contact on the sideline. I think he's okay. And it is a Golden Motors 1st down. Just a basic little crossing route. The Tarpons love to go to that crosser.
Yeah, it's a very simple route. Terrier just came across the middle of the field wide open.
And it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the right hash. Mack. Keep it on the outside. Cuts back in. Lowers his shoulder. Tripped up after a short gain. There was an option there, and I could tell you what they're going to do with that a little later on if you'd like. They're going to pitch that to Terrence, who's going to throw the ball deep down the field. You could see they were setting it up. Terrence was the option man. You could just see what BJ's going to have in his bag of tricks a little later in the game.
Yeah, Tarpon's coming with a little wrinkles with Mack.
2nd down and 8. Strong side of the field to the left. Mack, play action. Hits Jarvis in the flats. Jarvis is getting some blocks across the 30. Cuts in. He's got a 1st down at the 25. So a good, strong push from Landon Jarvis.
Credit Terrence Petrie with a great block downfield. Allowed Jarvis to go ahead and pick up that 1st down.
So the Tarpons moved the chains. Keeping things rolling. First down and 10. Tarpons approaching the Absolute Fitness red zone. They didn't get a chance to get to the Absolute Fitness red zone in their scoring drive as they hit a big play. Mack. It's a screen to the outside. That's Pierce. Pierce is going to get into the red zone and more.
Nope.
Diving near the 5-yard line. So a big gain, and the Tarpons continue to push forward. Boy, if for nothing else, South Lafourche's offense has the Terriers a little flabbergasted here.
We have an Andre, has the replay.
3:43 to go.
Nice screen play here, and give the offensive line credit. Getting out there, blocking downfield on the screen. We have a stoppage in play.
Tarpons called a timeout. We'll keep it here. Ball at the 5-yard line. Why do you think BJ and them would call a timeout here with really no issues or anything going on with the clock or nothing? Just right after the play, they called a timeout.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they saw something or if a player got injured and he wanted in the game. But it is first and goal.
First and goal from the Absolute Fitness red zone. Under center, Mack. Handoff to Hughes, lowers the shoulder, hit hard by number 1 of the Terriers defense that time. Get you the ID on that, young man. Actually, Brian, can you send me your roster that you have, as I just switched iPads? So the roster that...
Yeah.
So it'll be second and goal. Tarpons will go back into the gun. They got a bunched up trip set to the left. They're going to snap it to Dardar, pitch it to Petrie, who's looking to throw. And he will throw it into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. Jacob Pierce. That's a blue boot bomb for South Lafourche. I told you, Terrence Petrie was going to throw that football. And OT puts it into the back of the end zone to Jacob Pierce, who scores it, and it's 14-12.
Tarpons are going to go for 2 here.
May as well, right? Try to tie it up.
All right, boss, you should have it on the way.
Thank you, sir. South Lafourche will be attempting a 2-point conversion, trying to tie it up. We've had all sorts of things happen in this game. There's only 3 minutes and 8 seconds still in the first quarter. Mack flushed out to the right, to the corner of the end zone, incomplete, too hot.
Good play by number 3 for the Terriers.
That was...
Is it Hemel?
Hemel, yes, sir. Logan Hemel. So, Brian, let's go ahead and keep it here. The action has been fast-paced and everything has been flying on by. What are you seeing? I'm seeing a Tarpon team that's moving the football pretty well. And I'm seeing a Terrier team that too early to tell because they had one play for a touchdown and then a pick 6.
Yeah,
so
look, the Tarpons doing a great job of keeping the Terriers off balance, mixing up the run and the pass. I think the Terriers are having a little bit of trouble lining up with the motions that the Tarpons are giving them. But still, they have the strong score on the board.
No, that's right. 14-12.
Oh, yeah, the pick 6. Oh, never mind. There's this cool air.
This cool air's got you fried, boss?
Yeah.
Tarpons will be kicking it away. Torres.
This game may come, it's early, but who can outscore who? Who has the ball last?
Who has the ball last could go a long way in determining this one. See if the Tarpon defense can put up a little bit more of a fight. Torres' kick. It's popped up. Terriers will catch it at about the 25-yard line. They've got a seam. Tripped up at the 45-yard line. is the return man for the Terriers, number 16. So a good return there for Vandebilt by Lapierre.
Edwards made a nice open field tackle for the Tarpons, saving, I think, a touchdown.
And now Vanderbilt will play a 1st and 10 from their own 46.
Tarpons are late getting a guy in.
They haven't even had a chance to shout out their quarterback. It's Chestnut. He'll throw a slant. It's caught. And how far is he going to run? That's going to be a receiver making a big play. That's number 80 for Vanderbilt, James Guidry, the great baseball player, hauling that one in space to the 30-yard line. So they play action to Coleman, and they hit the slant, and it's 2 big plays in a row for Vanderbilt on the offensive side.
We mentioned that in pregame. You can't just sleep on Coleman because they can pass the ball also.
They're quickly on the football, trying to run another play. Play action. Under a little pressure. Just missed Guidry. He was open. Had a step on the Tarpon secondary that time, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, he had him open just
off the tips.
Look here to see if Coleman gets a little toss.
2nd and 10. They're in a pistol. Chestnut will hand it to Coleman off right tackle. He's going to bounce outside, and there he goes. I mean, there's just no resistance there. I mean, the Tarpon defense has got to do a better job than that. That was not very good, and it's 20-12. He's got 2 touches. He's got 2 touchdowns. Terriers have the swinging gate open. Not a whole lot of benefit to go for 2 here, but if they got the numbers, why not? And they feel like they do. They snap it out there. The Tarpons are trying to push him back, and he's in. That's the 2nd time in a couple of weeks that the Tarpons get beat by the swinging gate play. It's 22-12 Vanderbilt. We're still in the first quarter, folks. 2:23 to go. We'll be back in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. The Terriers will be kicking away after their latest scoring drive. There's the kick. Popped in the air. I think the Tarpons will have a return on this one. Hughes will catch it at about the 3-yard line. Working the left side, breaks a tackle, cutting back inside, bouncing out to about the 20. So a pretty good return from Hughes.
The Terriers do a great job. They kick the ball inside the 5.
And then go get him.
And that kick is high, giving his guys time to run down the field.
Yep, that's a great point.
And, again, the Tarpons have to go a long distance.
So with 2:15 to go in the opening quarter, the South Lafourche will take back possession.
Is our wire still plugged in?
You know, it is a little demoralizing. They've scored 3 times, you've scored 2 times, but you're down 2 scores because of the doggone special teams. First and 10. Tarpons in the gun. They'll hand it to Dardar. Picking through the line, not much. Maybe got a yard.
Yeah, Terrier front's doing a good job.
It'll be second down and about 10.
Tarpons are going to try and spread them out.
Trips to the right. Mack has, oh boy, it's going to be a false start on South Lafourche, and that's probably the best thing that could have happened there. But the snap sailed wide. Mack did catch it, but it was going to be a busted play.
Man, the defensive lineman for the Terriers kind of just jumped up.
So now it'll be second and 14.
Officials are spotting the ball.
Second and 14. Trips to the right. Dardar with Mack. Again, a bad snap. It goes down the field to Jarvis, who caught it. Wow. Nearly intercepted again by the Terriers, but Jarvis pulls that one out of the air. And that was not the prettiest play in the history of football, but the Tarpons will take the first down.
Yeah, kind of floating that ball up a little bit. I think the defensive back lost sight of the ball. Great catch by Jarvis in traffic.
Still in the first quarter, 1:13 and counting. Mack will hand it to Dardar. He's going to be hit and dropped after a minimal gain. Good job by the middle of that Vanderbilt defense, doing a good job.
And Dardar, tough run. It's some tough yards he picked up there.
Yeah, he got about 3. Didn't have much of a seam, but he got about 3. Trips to the right. Mack. There was a bubble to Hughes. Hughes trying to bounce outside, and he's going to be hit near the 35, short gain.
Yeah, both teams kind of like the screen game, and you got to watch. The Terriers are going to play games up front with some twists and stunts.
So it'll be third down and 6. And that'll be the clock stopped at 2, but it is the end of the first quarter. With our score, Vanderbilt 22, South Lafourche 12, a very eventful first quarter. We will be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. First play of the second quarter will be a big one. South Lafourche playing a 3rd and 5 from their own 36-yard line. Mack in the gun, comes with the hard count. The Terriers don't bite. We'll look to the sideline. Vanderbilt making a little noise here. Tarpon's got to get to the 41-yard line. Mack. Throw a little out to Petrie, and he's got a Golden Motors first down. Just an easy pitch and catch there.
Yeah, that's too much cushion the Terriers are giving.
Terrence Petrie, South Lafourche.
So the Tarpons will play a 1st and 10.
A good route by Terrence. He knew what yards he had to get. Went beyond the sticks.
So 1st and 10 for South Lafourche from the 43. Strong side of the field to the left. Tarpons, though, have all their receivers on the left side of the field. There's a double pass. Petrie slinging it to Dardar. Dardar's got it. How far is he going to run across midfield? Lowering the shoulder, getting to the 40. Terrence Petrie's completed his 2nd pass of the game.
There we see the replay here. Good execution by the Tarpons.
South Lafourche cooking. Ball at the 39-yard line. Strong side of the field to the right. Mack has a good clean pocket. Shoots it down the middle. Oh, incomplete off the fingertips of Jarvis.
Good job with the offensive line, giving Mack plenty of time to throw the football. Jarvis may have heard some footsteps coming from behind him, kind of took his eye off, but it was good coverage by the Terriers. Not much Jarvis could have done there.
Second and 10. Empty set. Mack moves it off of the fingertips of Jarvis. Come on now, Jarvis. You're better than that. That's 2 drops in a row. It falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10. Josiah Johnson broke that one up.
Tarpons got to be careful here. You don't have to get all 10 yards in this one play.
Yeah, it is 4-down territory. You got the plus 39. 10:53 to go in the opening half. 22-12 Vandebilt. Mack, empty set, clean pocket, shoots it down the seam, incomplete. At the feet of Dre Hughes, who was sliding, trying to make the play. And the Tarpons are going to go for it, I would think.
The offensive line giving Mack plenty enough time.
Looks like South Lafourche goes for it on 4th and 10. It's 4th down.
You got to get 10 yards here. Mack might just be punting this one. Yeah, he is. He's going to punt this ball away. It's going to roll. It's a good punt. I guess the only thing I would offer as a contrarian opinion is you've not even remotely stopped them. But now they're in a hole. See if the defense can come up.
Yeah, but you got to play field position there. You got to back them up. Tarpons flip the field. Thanks to Coach Rod for this scoreboard update. St. James 7, Shaw 7.
Wow.
Did we give that one?
No, I had not given that one. That's going to be a good game.
St. James went on a 98-yard drive.
You know who's rooting for St. James? The Terrebonne Tigers.
Correct.
Trying to get a power point there. 1st and 10. Vandebilt shuffling their personnel. Quarterback drops back to pass. It's a bubble screen to Guidry. He's stacked up.
Good play.
Good job by the Tarpons. Minimal gain. Chestnut got the ball out quickly to Guidry.
45 to Talon Douay. Good job from his linebacker position.
I think Coleman is out of the game. Let's see. In the backfield, looks to be maybe 23. Be St. Pierre. Excuse me. 2nd down, handoff to St. Pierre. He's stacked up. Good job by the Tarpon defense. And I think that's our first tackle for a loss, brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation. So it'll be 3rd and 7 here with 9:40 and counting in the second quarter. The Tarpons trying to get their first defensive stop of the game. Coleman is back in the game. He's next to Chestnut. Bunched up formation to the right side. Coleman in motion. Tarpon sending some pressure. Down. No, not down he goes. He gets out of the pocket and drops the ball, and the ball will roll out of bounds. I thought, A, the Tarpons were going to get a sack, and then B, I thought the Terriers were going to get a big play because Chestnut broke out and had some receivers open down the field. But in the process of breaking out of the pocket, he lost the football. And fortunately for Vanderbilt, it rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, they were trying to get Coleman on a wheel route to the other side of the field, opposite where Chestnut was rolling out. I think they were looking for something on outside, on the Terrier sideline. Tarpons did a good job putting pressure, forced Chestnut out of the pocket to get the fumble.
Terrence Petrie standing at the 37-yard line. Ramirez will get the ball in his end zone. There's the snap. There's the kick. It's a high. Boy, what a beauty. Petrie chased back, and he's not going to catch it. And my goodness, from the end zone to the 28-yard line, you circle that one down there. That's a huge play. Special teams, Bubba.
Yep.
Hidden yardage and field position. I think the only thing that they're maybe being a little nitpicky, Terrence has got to catch that football. There was a lot of air under that one. You got to call fair catch and get under that one. He didn't, and the roll cost the Tarpons about 20 more yards.
Yeah, but I can understand really him not catching it because that ball was so high.
Yeah.
It was coming on an angle kind of towards him. And
yeah, he to be fair, he probably thought it was going to bounce out of bounds.
Yes, with the angle. But because I was watching, I'm like, Terrence, don't leave it. Just leave it.
Yeah, so a little unlucky there. 9:03 to go in the opening half. Empty set. Hughes now will join him in the backfield. Mack will give it to Hughes. Hughes will look to bounce outside, use those wheels. He's hustled down at about the 30. Short gain. And Sawyer Wells has his helmet off. Sawyer needs to get a different helmet. That's at least once or twice a game that happens. I know he gets frustrated, says, hey, man, they're pulling it off, but at some point maybe your helmet just doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's every game, it seems like.
He's the only lineman it happens to. 8:30 to go. Dardar is in the game. He's in the slot. Now he's going to be in the backfield. And he'll have the handoff. Dives across the 30 to about the 33. It's a pretty good gain. And it'll bring up third and short.
Very good gain.
Yeah, they got all the way to the 35, so a really good job pushing the pile there. The PA here at Vanderbilt calling for the student section to make some noise. The Tarpons are trying to stay on the field. 3rd and 3, strong side of the field to the right, 4 receiver set, play action, Mack shoots it down the middle, and that was ugly. There were a lot of blue shirts there. The only white shirt was Dre Hughes. The timing was busted up there.
It looked like Dre stopped in his route for a second.
And the Tarpons are going to punt.
We have a whistle. Yeah, clock is stopped with 7:48.
All right, I'm going to tell you a secret here, Brian. Don't be surprised if Jarvis runs for a first down here. I know they have one in.
Yeah.
I know, and he's going to be a rugby kick. He likes to roll out. I know they have given him the green light if there's a seam to go for it. It's 4th and 3. There's the snap to Jarvis. He'll roll out, and he will kick it away, and it is a good one. Terriers are going to catch it and be dropped, I think. Finally get him down to the turf. Good job there. Jarvis gets the kick away. Good kick coverage, and now Vanderbilt will take over.
Great hustle by Terrence Petrie getting down the field. First guy down there to make the tackle, and Darrell Jones comes up and just laid the wood to someone to finish that tackle off. Now, they came in that formation. I'd like to go back and see. Terrence is at center. Mm-hmm. He may have been the last man on the line of scrimmage. They might send him out for a route.
I'm just telling you, they got some things up their sleeve in that formation. 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Around the 30-yard line. They hand it to Coleman on a stretch. He cuts in.
You're kidding me.
And there he goes.
Kidding me.
30, 25, 20, and bye-bye. South Lafourche hadn't tackled him his entire career. I've said it all week on play-by-play. I said it the entire pregame. There he goes. It is going to be a special night for Jalen Coleman if the guys in white don't put up a little more of a fight. With 7:24 to go in the opening half, it's 28-12.
Looked to be about a 67-yard touchdown run.
They're going to close up the swinging gate this time, try to take a 3-score lead. The snap is a little low, but it gets down. The kick is up, and it is good. Let's take a 1-minute break. Vanderbilt breaks a long run and makes it 29-12. We'll be back in a minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. (29-12), Vanderbilt in front of South Lafourche after Coleman goes for another touchdown run. Terriers will be kicking it away. Ramirez. Now from left to right. Here's the boot. High kick that Hughes will slide under at about the 5. Cutting in the inside. And, he's hit hard near the 20, and a flag will come in. Hughes did a good job hanging on to the ball because, boy, Vanderbilt was trying to tackle the ball there. I'm curious to see what the penalty is.
Chop block.
Personal foul, chop block on South Lafourche. So, bad field position gets even worse.
You watch Coleman, his cutback ability is just amazing. It looks like the play is going to the right, and he has that cutback lane that he just takes off. And with his speed, there's no one there backside for him. And off to the races.
Yeah, no doubt about that. The penalty's a 15-yarder, so the ball's going to be inside the 10.
At the 9.
First and 10. Mack tries with the hard count. Play clock down to 10. For receiver set, that's Pierce in motion. They'll hand it to Dart or just swallow it up. I mean, there the offensive line got eaten up there. Number 0, Paul Boudreau, was the first man through, but there was a pack of Terriers who broke through the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Oh, something smells good down there. You smell that?
Does it ever?
2nd and 13. Mack will be in an empty set. Straight drop, shoots it down the middle, and it's picked off. Vanderbilt will get an interception. This is getting uglier and uglier for the Tarpons. Negative plays, bad field position, the second turnover of the half. Vanderbilt will take over in pristine field position with 6:34 to go. Sandolph gets the pick, and Vanderbilt will have the ball at the 15-yard line. That's the second pick of the night for Sandolph.
I think Matt got caught there just looking at one side as he was going to one receiver the entire time.
Be 1st and 10 for the Terriers. Chestnut, play action. Shoots it to the corner of the end zone. Oh, what a play. Torres makes an outstanding diving play there on the pass, which was intended for Guidry. Great job there. Laid out, full extension.
Guidry was open, but Torres did a good job closing to the ball and deflecting it away.
It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15. Chestnut, the senior, will be in a pistol with Coleman, strong side of the field to the right. Sending a man in motion. That is Breerwood. They'll hand it to Coleman. Nope, there's a run to the outside and cutting it to the left and being dropped inside the 10 is number 16. That's LaPere. I thought Coleman had the football. Good fake by Chestnut getting it to LaPere.
I think several Tarpon players, too.
Yep, he juked me out. They get about 5 yards on the run. Right at the 6-minute mark in the opening half. And the Tarpons force a field goal would be big just for the psyche here. I think you're going to have to try to tackle 4 on this play. 3rd and about 4.5 yards. From the 10. Chestnut, wide snap, but he corrals it, gives it to Coleman on the inside, lowers the shoulder, and keeps stumbling near the end zone. He does have the 1st down. And that's where Jalen showed some of his growth. Earlier in his career, he would not have been able to do that, which is just lower the shoulder and power forward. And he did get the 1st down to the 1.
Yeah, ball spotted right at the 1. That was a good push from the Terrier front.
Coleman's going to leave the game for this play. 23 is going to be in the backfield. That's Cole St. Pierre. They've got a bunch of big dudes in there. This is a very heavy set. They hand it to St. Pierre, and he's going to walk in. So Vanderbilt's going to get another touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown run. And it's 35-12.
Terriers go 4 plays, covers 15 yards. Ends with a St. Pierre 1-yard touchdown run.
Thanks to Teddy Renards for letting us know. Hanville 35, Thibodeau 7 at the half. Hanville is, how did we say that? Really, really good.
Yes.
Didn't take them long. The extra point try for the Terriers here. Snap is there. Kick is up, and it is good. With 5:01 to go in the opening half, it's all Vanderbilt, 36-12. They're in front. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. We'll keep it here. Vanderbilt gets the score, and it's 36-12. Brian, the Tarpon defense is struggling mightily here tonight. See if South Lafourche could try to take a little momentum into the half.
Yeah, just not a good night for the defense. Tarpon started the game off well. You know, they got the ball and went down and scored, and still a lot of game left, but you got to get stops.
Yep, no doubt about that. Ramirez will be kicking it away.
E.D. White 35, Morgan City 0. 9:29 left in the second, thanks to Coach Rod.
That one will be 1 score away from the old running time special. Ramirez boots it away, and Hughes will take it. Across the middle of the field, hit hard at about the 15. I don't understand why the Tarpons are so committed to returning those. If you just get out the way, it'll go into the end zone.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, and you got to give the Terriers credit. They're special teams. I mean, the Tarpons are getting the ball no further pretty much than the 20. And right now, what is the 16?
So it'll be 1st and 10. From the 16-yard line. Mack will lead the offense out. 4:55 to go. In an empty set, Mack shoots it to the sideline deep, just out of the reach of Petrie. It falls incomplete. Mack did take a shot there, but he bounces back up. Good job by Bo Georges and Carter Callais. They went run to their quarterback, make sure he was okay. This will be 2nd and 10. Mack will hand it to Dardar. Dardar bouncing around, and he's stacked up. A good job by the Vanderbilt front. Maybe got a yard.
And the tackle made by our defensive line.
Very short gain. Bring up 3rd and 9.
It's 3rd down. Come on, Terriers.
Clock continuing to tick. 3rd and 9. 4 receiver set. Meathead goes in motion. Mack. Terriers bring some pressure. Petrie just flat drops it. He was open, and Moses was in coverage. Terrence, the ball was a little behind him. Couldn't quite hang on. And now the Tarpons will bring the punt team out.
Yeah, that's one of those crossing routes where we just seen Terrence going across the field. He was open. The ball maybe a tad a little bit in back of him, but I'm sure Terrence is upset. He should have had that one in his mind.
Jarvis standing at the 5-yard line. There's the snap. Jarvis will roll out on the rugby, and he pops it up. Tarpons need a hope for a roll, but the Terriers will fair catch it at the 47-yard line.
Good punt.
Yeah, it was a good punt. And for the Terriers, a good job by LaPere, fair catching it. But great field position for Vanderbilt with 4:10 to go in the opening half. Chestnut in the pistol. Got St. Pierre with him. It's the snap. Play action. Throws it deep down the field. They've got a man wide open. And one-play touchdown. Surprise, surprise. Vanderbilt piling it on. They're running it. They're throwing it. They're doing whatever they want to do right now. It's 42-12.
Watch the replay here.
Yep, just got behind the defense.
Came up and put it right in on the money. Chestnut, good touch on the ball.
So the the Terriers rather will have Ramirez out to attempt another extra point. The holder is LaPere. Snap is there. The kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. So Vanderbilt leads 43-12. All Terriers here on homecoming night. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. So the Terriers go down the field and score again. South Lafourche have one more crack at it with 4:01 to go. There's the kick. Hughes will catch it, working up the field. Hughes is going to lower the shoulder and dive across the 20 to about the 21. So South Lafourche will take over there. As the Terriers are just piling it on right now, the South Lafourche defense doesn't have an answer. Now see if you could slow down the game here and go on a long drive, try to score before the half. Mack with Dardar. Flanking Dardar out. Mack will throw it to the sideline. Petrie's got it, and he'll get out of bounds after a short gain. And there's going to be, yeah, there was no reason for that. Terrence was well on his way out of bounds and a little shove by a Terrier player. So a 5-yard gain will turn into a 20-yard gain.
Looks like it's going to be a late hit out of bounds on the Terriers. They'll move the ball forward 15 yards.
That's the stuff that'll drive the coaching staff of the Terriers crazy. They don't want to see stuff like that.
Yeah, they can't be happy with that penalty. That's unnecessary. 100% avoidable.
Yep, he was giving himself up going out of bounds and just kind of gave him a two-hand shove. Now the ball at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Trips to the left. Mack will keep it. Off right tackle, bouncing outside, hit and dropped it about the 48.
Quarterback keeper by number 9, Josh Mack, brings it up just out the 49-yard line.
Gain up about 5.
Second and 5.
Ball near midfield. 5:23 and counting. Going to be 2nd and 5.
Tarpons in no hurry. Do not want to give the ball back to the Terriers this half, especially when they get the ball to start the third.
It's a great point. You want to try to score with as little time left as possible. Mack shoots it to Petrie. He's got his knee on the ground at the 48-yard line. So a short gain, a little short of the first down.
Terrence having a pretty darn good first half receiving the football.
He just reminds me of Josh Reed, former LSU wide receiver. He's just always open. Hard to figure out sometimes, but he's just always open. I'll say this, don't know why the ball's on the right hash. Terrence caught it on the left hash.
And the clock stopped. Now it's starting.
3rd and 2. They'll give it to Dardar, who's going to lower his shoulder, and I don't think he's got it. Yeah, a couple things there were a little puzzling. The clock had kind of stopped momentarily. Why was the ball on the right hash when Terrence clearly caught it on the left sideline? And either way, it's going to be a gain of about a yard, 4th and 1 for the Tarpons.
Tarpons have to pick this first down up. You do not want to give the Terriers the ball back around midfield with 2.5 minutes left.
Tarpons are in a power eye. Do they come with a tush push here? That's exactly what it is. And Mack went straight to the ground. There's no way the Tarpons should have gotten this. Mack went straight to the ground, and I think that if this is a proper spot, Vanderbilt's going to get the ball.
But I think it will not. I think the Tarpons picked up the first down.
They're going to measure it.
Yeah, our vantage point was, we've seen it. Mack went down.
Before the surge, he went down to a knee. Frankly, this shouldn't even be close, but he did get a very favorable spot. We'll see. I still think he's a little short, just eyeballing it. There's 2:10 to go.
I agree with you, Casey. I think he's going to be short.
Which, to be fair to our Vanderbilt friends, that he didn't get the first down. They're going to stretch this out, and I think he is going to be a little short. And there's the stretch. Short. And Vanderbilt's got the football. That's that. Look, he got a friendlier spot than he deserved, but it still ends up where it needs to be, which is Vanderbilt football. But as we saw it live, he did not get that first down.
No.
Once again, stay tuned for halftime. Vanderbilt High School Browns.
So Terriers will great field position at their own 48 with 2:10 left to go in the second quarter.
Coach Wallace having a discussion with the white hat official. Terriers have a chance to push this thing awfully close to running time.
Think they go deep?
I would. Giving it to 4 on a stretch wouldn't be a bad idea either, though. Here he goes. Nope, play action. Chestnut has a man open at the 45-yard line. Tarpons come up, miss the tackle, be hit and dropped at the 32-yard line. Terriers get the ball out into open space to 82 Jacob Breerwood, and it's another big gain. Clock will stop momentarily, 1:55 and counting, as it does get back rolling as the chains have set. From the 32-yard line, strong side of the field to the left. Chestnut with a man in motion, high snap, straight drop, looking for the wheel. Coleman's wide open, got it. He's out of bounds. He did not get in, but he got close enough to about the 2. He's caught it, he's run it, and the Terriers are about ready to have a 50-burger in the first half. First and goal from the 2 with 1:32 to go. Chestnut will be in the pistol with St. Pierre. High snap again. Chestnut will keep this one, and he'll waltz right in. 49-12 the score. It was a bad snap. I don't know if Chestnut was meant to keep it or if he just kept it because it was a busted play. But either way, there was a seam and a hole, and Vanderbilt adds their lead. Ramirez will attempt the extra point. Snap is there, the kick is up, and it is good. So Vanderbilt adds 7 more. It's 50-12 Terriers late in the first half. You're listening to the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. We'll be back in 1 minute. We'll keep it right here. 1:27 to go.
Let's keep it here, Casey.
Yep, sounds good.
Why not?
Ramirez will be kicking it away.
1:27 to go.
Let's thank some of our sponsors, the Gin Gators, Joe Septic on call 7 days a week, 24 hours a day for all your fencing and septic needs. PMC Insurance, boy, we've had 1,050,000 PMC Insurance kickoffs here in the opening half. South Lafourche Bank, your true hometown bank since 1967. Terrio Dewey and Terrio, we make insurance easy since 1957. Advanced Eye Institute, make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Chasson today. And Maritime Safety Solutions, providing service to the marine industry and a variety of fire safety equipment.
And we like to see former South Lafourche students in our community supporting their high school and supporting Coastal Broadcasting with us bringing the game. So thanks to all these people.
Yep, absolutely. Ramirez with the pop-up kick. Hughes will slide under it. It's a little shallower of a kick. Hughes bounces outside, looking for rooms, got it across the 30, and he's going to get out at about the 35. So good job by Dre.
Showed some speed getting to the outside.
Next time the Terriers are kicking it, and I don't know if they'll have their starters in when they do it, but try to get me an ID on the guy for Vanderbilt who's the wedge buster. They got to do that, just flying in there, just destroying the first wave of blockers. Dre got it to the 33 with 1:21 to go in the opening half of a half that has been all Vanderbilt.
Just run it.
Empty set, so there goes that. Mack looking to throw. Shoots it deep down the field. Incomplete. Dangerous throw. Sandolph nearly had his third interception of the half.
Pierce took a hard hit on the ground, his back. Great effort by Pierce trying to go up and catch the ball, but he landed
Yeah, he did.
Right on his back. You can see him holding that tailbone.
Yeah, I was just about to say kind of like a tailbone fall there. And Robert Sandoff, the senior who was in coverage. Mack throws it out to the flats, incomplete. 2 incompletions. 1:11 to go.
Yeah, the Terriers are just coming with pressure right now.
It was a half that didn't start so bad for South Lafourche. They moved the ball in the first quarter. Now they're struggling to move it. The defense has been really struggling mightily, and it's been all Terriers. 3rd and 10. Mack shoots it deep down the field. There ain't nobody catching that. That's way overthrown.
There's a flag.
And Vanderbilt's going to give them a free first down.
Yep, that's...
Paul Boudreau just committed a foolish penalty, shoving down a Tarpon offensive lineman and committing a 15-yarder.
Yeah, referee was standing right on top of that. There was no reason for that.
Yeah, Boudreau was on top of Maurice Delot, and then just after the play, just shoved him. And so that'll be a Golden Motors first down via penalty.
Vanderbilt coach not very pleased.
Oh, no. I mean, this is the type of stuff that'll get you beat in a significant game, a postseason game.
But he's on the official.
Well, I think when he watches it back on film, he won't be. 1st and 10. Mack will keep it off right tackle, gets across the 50, lowers his shoulder to about the 45. The clock will continue to run. Inside of a minute, 55 seconds and counting. Bring up 2nd and 3.
Good run by Mack.
If the Tarpons want to try to score before the half, they're going to have to hurry up. 40 seconds and counting. They're trying to get into their hurry up. Mack hands it to Dardar. He's got a first down, lowering his shoulder, diving across the 40 to the 38. So the clock will stop momentarily to reset the chains. But now it'll roll. 25 seconds. The Tarpons are running out of time in a hurry here. Petrie in motion. Be a little pop pass to Terrence. Gets it to Hughes. Now back to Mack. And they'll swing it out incomplete. Tarpons come with a trick play. The timing was busted up there. And with 9 seconds to go, South Lafourche will be having maybe 2 snaps, maybe just 1. You had Pierce all the way behind the defense. The problem was there was just so much interior pressure he couldn't look down the field to.
That, and by the time you hand it off and pitch back, you 15 yards.
Yeah, there would have been a
20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Terry's in a little bit of a prevent here. They'll throw it to Jarvis, who pitches it to Petrie, and he's tackled with no time on the clock. So that'll bring us to the half. A first half that frankly wasn't a good one for South Lafourche. Our score is Vanderbilt 50, South Lafourche 12. We'll be back after this 3-minute break. You're listening to Varsity Football on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
Arsenal is escorted by her father, Mr. Cody Arsenal. Addie is a 5-year member of the volleyball team, currently serving as captain, a 5-year member of campus ministry, pro-life club, student ambassadors, photography club, Key Club, Sisters in Christ, and SGA, currently serving as senior vice president, a 4-year member of National Honor Society, a 3-year member of Hope Buddies, a 2-year member of Bridge Team, the Cheer Team, and Big Sisters.
Welcome back here to Vanderbilt Catholic. At the half, it's 50-12. The Terriers lead South Lafourche. Casey Gisclair here with Coach Brian Callais. Brian, it's kind of a hard half to put a finger on, right? I mean, the Tarpons get the ball first, go straight down the field, score. They're leading 6-0 and are very impressive on the first drive. Everything's looking good. Vanderbilt scores in their first play, and then you get a pick six, and then you go back and score again. And, it feels like we got a shootout brewing, but at some point, it was only one team doing the shooting, and that was the Terriers. They have a huge lead. They're getting the ball to start the second half and are going to be having their eyes on the prize of trying to make this a running time game.
Yeah, look, the Tarpons come out 8 plays, 88 yards, and take the lead 7-0 on a big 41-yard touchdown pass from Mac to Petrie. But then, like you just mentioned, Vandy comes 1 play, and the PAT to take the lead. They get a pick six, and just let 1 play and a score. The pick six. 3 plays and a Coleman score. 3 and a punt. Then they come back 1 play, Coleman 6 to 7 yard touchdown run. 4 plays and they end with a 1 yard run. The next possession, 1 play, 47 yard touchdown pass. Next play, next drive, 3 plays, touchdown. And we talked before the game was like, well, look, Vanderbilt had some games where it's only 31 plays they ran, 35 plays.
You could see why.
And yes, but it's we knew coming in that Coleman was going to be a threat, but it's
Tarpons are helping him look pretty good.
Yeah, and look, they mix it up, and his ability just to cut back is tremendous. His vision on the football field. Tarpons move the ball, man. They go 8 plays and 3 and out. The interception. They get a 5-play drive, 10 play, 9 and a punt, then 3 and out, 2 plays interception, 3 plays and a punt. It seems like most of the time, if we go back and look at these charts where the Tarpons come out, their first possession and score, then after that, I don't know if it's adjustments being made by the defenses, the opponents, where they struggle a little bit. It could be where the guys going both ways, but it's a cool night. Week 6, they in shape. Just adjustments, I guess, and they find ways to move the football at times. But
look,
you can't put that much pressure on your offense every game.
Yeah, look, man, I'll go ahead and say it, and if they get mad, I don't care. You can't give up 50 points and a half. That's ridiculous. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. You're on pace to give up 100 points in this game, Brian, and I don't care what offense you're running. I don't care who you're playing. Like, that, as you said, that's just too much pressure on your offense to try to stay ahead of the 8 ball. You got to figure some answers out. Too many big play, long strike touchdowns. This is a Vanderbilt team that Central Lafourche slowed down their rushing attack. They limited them to 50, 60 yards rushing. Why is it that they have rushed for 300-plus yards, probably and a half on you? You got to have some very long and honest conversations as a staff tomorrow as why this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, just look, the yards, the team rush yards, 46. They had a good sludge. I mean,
Central Lafourche held them to 40.
40.
Other teams are stopping them.
And look, the kids are playing hard. The kids are out there. They are playing hard. And you don't see them giving up. I don't expect them to give up in a second. The the type of character these young men have. They're going to play into that final whistle. But you're right. Tomorrow morning, it's gonna be a long weekend.
Yeah, it needs to be. I mean, it needs to be. That was not a very good performance in the opening half. Let's go ahead and thank Lady of the Sea General Hospital, Compassionate Medicine close to home. Scott Vignair, your personal injury attorneys, they fight for the win. Golden Motors, where price is priority. Absolute Fitness Health and Fitness Center, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 17092 West Main Street in Cutoff. And Broussard Automotive. Shout out that deal Broussard Automotive is handing out one more time.
Yes, sir. Go to Broussard Automotive out here in Houma and mention that you heard their ad on the radio, KLEB or ESPN, and you will get 10% off any service that you need. So if you want to get some tires, I might be in the market for some trailer tires near future. You want to get an oil change and whatever you may need, Broussard Automotive in Houma will take care of you and give you 10% off.
Also, I know that they're not one of our prep football sponsors, but I want to shout out our friends at No Wake Outfitters. They took a great care of us today for our pregame remote. Go visit them for their demo day tomorrow. Tons of kayaking and bait and rods and reels. And, boy, they got a little bit of everything there. Outdoor wear, like your fishing shirts and your fishing caps and sunglasses, and they got it all there at No Wake Outfitters. So go visit them tomorrow for their demo day, and they'll be out there all day and go take advantage of some wonderful sales there. Here at the half, it is 50-12 Vanderbilt. We're going to tell you who the homecoming queen is in just a second. But first, let's take a 3-minute break, Luke, with the Terriers up big at the half here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Vanderbilt Catholic High School homecoming court. Crowning this year's homecoming queen are Miss Amelie Hebert, our 2023 homecoming queen, and Dr. Elise LeBuck, principal of Vanderbilt Catholic High School. Our 2024 homecoming queen is Miss Isabella Walker.
Welcome back. There are fireworks popping as Miss Isabella Walker, was that the name? What do you think the people driving on the road are thinking right now as they're seeing all this? It's a fireworks show here. as the homecoming queen has been announced. Congratulations to the young lady. And now everybody's swarming her, which is awesome to see. And now we smell the boucan of the fireworks.
That's how you do a homecoming announcement.
Yeah, buddy. They had it rocking and rolling there. Isabella Walker, I believe, was the name they said, correct? Yeah, I believe so. Is the we'll go ahead and we'll find out. We're going to take a break before the second half begins. We're going to go ahead and get the name. But
I was watching the fireworks.
I was about to say, yeah, we were paying attention to the fireworks show, right? LSU playing Ole Miss tomorrow in Death Valley. Big game for Brian Kelly. Big game for Lane Kiffin. The loser is behind the 8 ball. Not out, but behind the 8 ball. Mario and I were debating this. Isabel Walker. There we go. Thank you, Truck. Who's it a bigger game for tomorrow, Lane or BK?
What? That's a good question because you can. It may be for Kiffin because of his future and his not at Ole Miss, his future. I think that could be a game for him in his resume if he wants out of there, which I think he may. And with Brian Kelly, I just he's going to have some type of excuse if it doesn't go well. He's going to throw his team under the bus again.
You love Brian Kelly.
Yeah, he's going to throw his team under the bus and whatever he's got to do to save his face. But I think for Kiffin, for his career, it's a bigger game for him.
So I'll approach it a different way. I think Florida's going to want him whether he wins this game or not. I don't think that's going to matter. But I'll say this. If I'm Lane Kiffin and I spent the whole offseason buying off the entire transfer portal, and I spend the whole offseason, preseason top 10 and all this crazy stuff, and if I lose tomorrow and midway through the season I'm already on the verge of being out of the college football playoff, I very well might be saying to myself, no matter what I do at Ole Miss, I can't win the national championship here. Whereas with Florida, guess what? They've won it several times, and so I think it could be a situation where if they do lose tomorrow, he might be more inclined to leave just because what the hell more do I have to do to win it all here at Ole Miss?
And I agree, but if he doesn't make that top 12 and get in the playoff, you think Florida still wants him?
Oh, yeah. They hired Napier from UL Lafayette.
Because it can go south after. They can lose here. They got a couple other games that possibly that they can get a defeat with. And, I mean, Kiffin lose 4 games? I don't – if that would happen. But it's a big game for Lane and Brian Kelly. And everything points to an LSU victory. Mm-hmm. If you look at things right now, that the off week before, Tennessee hasn't had a bye week yet. LSU's coming off of one. LSU, their PR is doing a tremendous job painting the end zones a different color.
Yeah, you saw that? That was pretty cool, huh?
I didn't even know what color. I just heard that they were.
It's the same colors. It's just got like a little bit of a different design. I'll show you in just a second.
They're just making it a different vibe for that game. They are wearing, I think, some type of sticker on their helmet. And just the PR people are making it a bigger game, I think, in that aspect. And they're going to get – that crowd is going to be loud. And they're going to party. Both teams, their fans will party. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it is cool.
Their fan base, they're going to be partying all freaking day over there in Baton Rouge. And, look, I've seen Ole Miss fans in person.
They're crazy.
They better have a lot of security. And I think it's going to be a good game, but everything's pointing for an LSU victory. I believe that.
Some pressure on your Tide tomorrow against South Carolina?
Yeah, 100%, yes.
You got to look. I think you don't have to just win tomorrow. You got to look good doing it, and that'll be an interesting one.
What? They are 21-point favorite. I wouldn't take it. there's no way with DeBoer how his team's going to respond. Look, we seen right here, Vanderbilt, Coach Villavasso saying before, they weren't happy with the way they performed. Look how they came out tonight. And can the Tide do that? I don't know with DeBoer.
So one of the big knocks that a lot of the people in Tuscaloosa have been saying this week is it's too loosey-goosey now. Nick had it all locked up tight, and everything was under lock and key. Now you got a guy who's coaching games in a T-shirt, and do you subscribe to some of that? Like, can it be too much of an opposite? I think that they needed to kind of get with the times a little bit, but do you think maybe they've gone a little too far?
I think so. I really do, and it's like, okay, DeBoer right now it's kind of loose, a loose ship he's running. If he starts getting on his team right now, they're gonna look at him like, this man, he's crazy. What's wrong?
Yeah,
he hasn't.
We're the boss, not you.
And look, it's not a good look when you got a guy you trying to take out the game and he just waves you off and he stays in the game and he's saying the thing. We handle it, this and that. This guy was bought in from the start and he's still with us and we're gonna back him up. I get all that. You're saying the right things, but when it comes down to it, we're gonna see tomorrow, and it's tomorrow morning. It's an early game.
Yep. You know who would have never had to handle that? The previous guy, but that wouldn't have happened under him. So
it wouldn't have. And at first, I thought that his philosophy is better, that they're not thinking as much or they're not as worried to make a bad play and come to the sideline and get their head chewed off. They can react now and play. But they're not playing. And look, Vanderbilt beat them. It wasn't a fluke. They took it to them and just flat out beat them. And they had no answer.
What happens, even if Alabama's impressive tomorrow, if Kentucky just beats the brakes off of Vanderbilt? I mean, that would be another black eye, man.
Yeah, it would. It would. And we'll see tomorrow morning, man. I hope they can be ready to go. They do have them at home. And I believe, it's at home.
Yeah, it's in Tuscaloosa.
And, that's going to help them. But the crowd would be a lot louder if they'd have won last week.
Right. Look, second half here, the Tarpons are down big. Vanderbilt's on the verge of putting it into running time. What has to happen here for South Lafourche to have a successful second half?
You got to stay together as a team right here. It didn't go well for you. You got to get a stop. Start little by little, play by play. And just don't let it get into running time. That could be a goal right there, but 50-12 to come back in one half.
That's asking too
against
much.
A Vanderbilt team like this. And I am so impressed with Vanderbilt, their sideline, their coaching staff, the organization that they have. They have their guys in groups. They talking to them when they come off the field. It's a well-oiled machine here on the sideline, and these kids are bought in, especially tonight. But Tarpons, you got to come get play-by-play. Got to stop the first down. Get a stop here and see if you can string together some plays on defense and make it a little tougher on the Terriers.
You mentioned play-by-play, so it's a good time to let everybody know that we've got a new start time. Andre and Christy were telling me this afternoon, 11 o'clock will be starting play-by-play. Sounds good to you, sir?
Yeah, I do.
11 o'clock play-by-play?
I like it, like we kind of spoke about earlier, where we're going to have, if your lunch is from 11 to 12 or your lunch is from 12 to 1, we got you covered. We're going to be on the entire time. So I think that's going to be a great time segment for our play-by-play. And looking forward to tomorrow. I'll be, if you need on the phone line.
Yeah, we'll get you on.
Sports Corner live on ESPN Radio.
The Terriers,
100.3.
The Terriers are getting stretched out. The Tarpons have retaken the field. We've had our homecoming festivities.
Now I can tell you one other thing I would do here.
What's up?
And I'm not gonna. I don't want to be negative, but I would get my coaching staff together and see, are you in or not?
Yeah.
Because, we looked at in the end zone. They got I don't know. If
A little too interested in homecoming.
and Coach Young, he's going to get his team ready to play this half. And
Vanderbilt band making some noise. They usually add the 3 minutes. We have not seen that. At some point, I think the White Hats can say, okay, enough, let's start playing.
you got to be at practice, Casey.
Yeah? Terriers are about to retake the field.
Vandy coach still talking with the white cap.
How about the Tom player?
This time was a little more pleasant.
See if I could get you guys maybe some MLB stuff. We got Game 5 between the Dodgers and the Padres. 1-0 Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th inning. Teddy Renois lets us know that Hanville leads Thibodaux 45-7. They're already in the 4th quarter out there. A little jealous. They've got the early, not the early game, but they're going to be the first game probably locally to wrap up.
I wouldn't bet on that.
No?
We may be.
Well, they're close to running time over there too now.
Oh. Shaw 21, St. James 14.
Teams retake the field.
Yeah, you good? How's it going, man? Oh, yeah, we're good. Thank you, man.
Tarpons will be kicking it away to the Terriers.
That was a young man we've seen at the baseball game that we talked to from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Jermichael, he does. Well, there's nobody who loves this school more than that kid. Huge Vanderbilt fan.
He told us he was going to be playing football. I don't know what he's doing up here.
So they'll be kicking it away. Torres with the ball at the 40-yard line from right to left. There it is. Terriers will field it at about the 17-yard line, working it down the left side. Stacked up near the 35, dropped at about the 37-yard line. That's number 16 for Vanderbilt. Let me shout out that name. That was Henri Lapierre.
Talon do a nice job downfield for the Tarpons on that kick coverage.
So Brian mentioned it kind of inadvertently a second ago. If the Vanderbilt does score here, it would be a running time for the rest of the ball game, and how that could be a goal for South Lafourche to try to not let it get there.
Yeah, just pick some little battles right now and try to string some together.
Chestnut with Coleman in that pistol. Play action. There's the hitch. There's the go, and he's wide open. 30, 25, 20. Tripped up by Torres. A long pitch and catch. The Terriers get it down the left sideline. That was to Pregame, I believe. Yep. So the Terriers hit a big one on the first play of the half. And the first play of the third quarter begins like the first couple of quarters with the Terriers hitting a big one.
It was about a 49-yard pass play to start this third.
Coleman waiting on the snap from Chestnut. Stretch run to Coleman. Bouncing outside. And we are now in running time. Coleman scores it. The Tarpons have just had a whale of a time defensively. 56-12 the score. Just a stretch run. South Lafourche couldn't run them down. You could see the confetti falling out of the sky.
Falling in our press box.
As Coleman turns the corner, the Tarpons hit him near the goal line, but he drug him in. And Brian, our night just got a little shorter. Ramirez kicks the extra point through, and it is 57-12 with 11:03 to go in the third quarter. We'll keep it right here, as we just had a couple of long halftime breaks. But, boy, that's discouraging. I mean, you try to come on out and play with a little fire, and you were saying, hey, moral victory, keep them out of running time, and they hit a long pass, they hit a long run. I mean, they're just doing whatever the heck they want right now.
Yeah. Look, Vanderbilt, pedal to the metal. They don't care about the score. They're doing what they do.
So Ramirez will be kicking it away. Ball at the 40-yard line. Will be kicking it from left to right.
Credit Torres on the long pass play, didn't give up. He hustled and stopped that touchdown.
Yeah, Yair's played with some heart tonight.
Yeah, showed some speed getting there.
And I'm told, actually, I'm just reading my phone, Yair is his name. I've been saying Yair all year, my bad, Yair. There's the kick. Bounces to the sideline, and that is going to be Jarvis taking it across the 20. Tripped up at about the 21.
So it's Yair Torres?
Yes, sir, yeah. First and 10 for South Lafourche. And with that running time, we've already lost about a minute and a half off the clock, 9:45 and counting in the third quarter. First and 10. Handed to Dardar. Dardar will fall forward across the 20 to about the 22. Small gain. It'll be second down and 8 for South Lafourche. Ball on the right hash. 3 receiver set. Mack looks down the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Pierce. It was a little too high. Good coverage by Sandolph. He was right there again. Boy, he's a really good one. .837 and counting. It'll be third down and 8. It's 2 balls on the field. The officials will get one of the balls out. And because they were having issues with 2 balls on the field, Mr. Shast on the white hat says, let's restart the play clock. That's only fair. Tarpons were ready to go, but the officials were not. There's the snap for Mack. Shoots a wobbly pass. That one slipped out of his hands. It was trying to hit Pierce on a little hook or a little curl. But that one looked like it slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, I mean, you got to punt the ball here.
And Jarvis and the punt team are out there. LaPierre will be back deep. There's the snap to Jarvis, rugby style, and he pops it straight in the air. He was under a lot of pressure, and it's going to take a neutral roll. Now it rolls a little bit. There's a flag. A couple of flags came in. There was a little pushing and shoving going on near the punter, and we'll see who got popped. It is holding on Vandebilt. .703 on the clock.
The Vandy student body having fun in the stands.
Left, right, left, right. You don't play video games, so I would tell you about something, but you wouldn't understand what I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't. Video game? Nope, would not.
There was an old drill on the old Madden games back in the day where you were doing the draft combine and you had to do that. They would give you like a combination, up, down, left, right, and you would hit it on the controller, up, down, left, right. After about 10 or 12 of those, it becomes a challenge to remember that many things in the pattern.
Oh, you have to,
Yeah. The holding puts the ball back on the other side of midfield to the 48-yard line. The clock will start. And let's see, we still got Chestnut out there. I think Coleman's night might be over. St. Pierre will be in the backfield this time. First and 10. Man in motion. Handed on a sweep run. And a big old gain across the 40 to the 35. Was that LaPierre? Yes, it was. Terriers got a big gain. Number 10, Cam Whittrack will check into the game for Vanderbilt.
17-yard gain for LaPierre.
Terriers approaching the football very slow, as you would expect with the massive lead. In the pistol, ball in the right hash. They shuffle some personnel as Breerwood in motion. They hand it to St. Pierre, and he's going to be tripped up after a gain of about 2 or 3. Inside run, the Tarpon defense pinched pretty nicely. St. Pierre tried to squeeze out of there, but a good job by the Tarpon defense getting him down.
Tarpon still giving an effort up front. Hunter Constable, Darrell Jones. Darrell Jones has a motor.
Yeah, Darrell Jones has had a great season. If the Tarpons were to name a defensive MVP, he'd be on the short list for sure. Strong side of the field to the left. They're going to throw it out into the flats. Caught by the receiver out there. The Tarpons are going to trip him up at about the 27-yard line. Short gain for Cam Whittrack. Picked up about 5. So bring up third and about 2. 5:05 and counting. Whittrack, the senior, will check out of the ball game. Terriers get their call. 4:50 and counting. Third down and 2. Hard count. Tarpons don't offer. It's the snap. Inside handoff to St. Pierre.
Good
and the
play.
Tarpons get a nice play there. That's a tackle for a loss. Brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation by Tucker Dantin.
Nice job by Tucker Dantin.
Shooting into the gap, throwing him back for a loss of about 3. And I think the Terriers will stay on the field here from the 30. Ain't going to punt it from here. Be an extremely long field goal. E.D. White would kick a field goal here. 4th down and about 5. Chestnut sending a man in motion. A little bit of a high snap. Shoots it to the sideline. Is caught. It's going to depend on the spot.
No, they're giving it to him.
Whittrack is going to have the first down. Teddy Renoise gives us a final score. Hanville 45, Thibodaux 21. Thibodaux, Teddy said, got a couple of scores with the backups. And Teddy, I'll go ahead and read his text. He said, my assessment, Hanville is really good.
Yes.
3:33 to go in the third quarter here, all Vanderbilt. 1st and 10 after converting the 4th down. Chestnut will hand it to St. Pierre off right tackle, trying to bounce outside inside the 20, 15, 10, 5.
There.
Bye-bye. 63-12. Vanderbilt scores again. It doesn't matter the running back right now. The Tarpon defense has no answers. Don't know why the clock stopped, but with 3:13, there it starts again. 3:13 and counting. Waiting on the snap. Ramirez's kick is up, and it's right down Broadway. It's 64-12. All Terriers will be back in 1 minute on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Welcome back here. We've got a temporary stoppage. I think Mr. Twin might have a nick or something on his hand. Looks like he's getting wrapped up.
There's the other official.
The other, okay, yeah. So one of the officials has maybe a little scratch on the finger. Hope that he's okay. We got him wrapped up, and now we will play on.
Yeah, the tape dropped his finger, made him run a little faster.
Ramirez has had one hell of a night. He has had about 1,050,000 kickoffs brought to you by PMC Insurance, each one of them. He's going to need the ice bath for the right leg here tonight. One more try with the usuals back there for the Tarpons, Jarvis, Jarvis, Pierce, and Hughes. Ramirez's kick is a line drive. Jarvis will come up and drop it. Now pick it up, working up the field. At the 15, makes a man miss. Near the 20, dropped it about the 19.
Good job by Jarvis after dropping that ball. He didn't panic. He picked it up, still got it to the 20.
2:18 and counting in the third quarter. So I've got an update on that Hanville game. That one's final. Now let's see if we could get an update from Terrebonne. I haven't heard anything about Terrebonne tonight. Remember, they've got a matchup with St. Charles Catholic.
And the Trojans have a big game tonight, too.
Yeah, they do. First and 10. Ooh, I got a scoreboard update that's going to make some Terrebonne fans a little uneasy after this first down play. Mack looking down the middle behind the receiver. Boy, yeah.
And Jarvis, you see.
Petrie was wide open on the sideline. The Vanderbilt coaches think that there should have been a flag.
Yeah, I agree with him there.
Brian, remember how we said that Terrebonne faced a huge game because St. Charles Catholic was capable of beating you, but they had no wins?
Uh-oh.
Scoreboard update through 3 quarters, St. Charles 19, Terrebonne 7. That would be a huge loss for the Tigers.
Still got time.
Second and 10, Mack to the sideline. Hughes waiting on a wall of blockers. Here they come. Hughes gets outside, has got a first down to about the 34.
Good effort by Sawyer Wells, Maurice Delot downfield on that screen, and nice moves by Hughes.
Yep, the convoy was not afraid to get down the field there as the clock continues to run, 52 seconds and counting in the third quarter. Ball spotted on the right hash. Mack waiting on the snap. Play action. Throws it to the flat. Jarvis makes a man miss, but the ball comes out, and Vanderbilt's got it. So the Terriers force another turnover. That is the third of the game. And the Tarpons will check on Jarvis, who appears to be injured.
Someone else.
No, it's not Jarvis. Yeah, Jarvis is
maybe
trotting off the field.
Petrie, he's up.
Looks maybe like an ankle, walking gingerly. So we hope Terrence is okay. The Terriers are not going to run a play before the end of the quarter, so let's go ahead and take the quarter break now. Our score after 3, Vanderbilt 64, South Lafourche 12. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome back here to Vanderbilt Catholic. It's all Terriers as we start the fourth quarter.
Thank my good buddy Rick False listening in.
I think we've got a new quarterback here. Bear with us. We're going to shout out some of the young men out there. They're going to hand it off to number 10, Whittrack. He's going to turn the corner, not get a whole lot. The number 7's the new quarterback, Ethan Haney. So Haney is the new quarterback as Whittrack gets about a yard. Second half, they've been trying to get Whittrack involved. Number 10, a senior receiver.
You think heavy runs here from the Terriers?
Yeah, you would think. The down marker says first down, but it is second down and about 10. And they're going to hand it to St. Pierre. The Tarpons are there. That's going to be a tackle for a loss brought to you by the Terry L. Hunter III Foundation.
Arajo.
I would say Joao Arujo.
Arujo.
Some of the Arujo family friends were joking with me on social media. Said, man, did you really have to share that hit of Lucas getting hit in the E.D. White Golden Medal game? An unbelievable play by Duplantis. 3rd and 11. Straight drop for the quarterback. It's a little bubble screen. It's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage, and the Tarpons clean it up behind the line of scrimmage. That's 84 on the grab, Ardoin. And I think it'll be a 3 and out. I think they're going to punt it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay tuned for the resident
10:23 to go. Ramirez will punt it. Good to see Terrence Petrie was starting to go out there onto the field, but then he walked off. The Tarpons won't have a return man, but it's good to see that Terrence was available if needed. But T, I think you could take the rest of the night off, sir. Ramirez's kick is high. Get away, White. Roll, boy. And just a beauty. Be down at about the 3. 86 for Vanderbilt killed that one. That would be Mr. Corey Bourgeois, 9th grader.
Terriers did not do many things wrong tonight.
Nope. You could tell that they were not pleased with the way they played against Letcher, and they took it out on Big Blue tonight. 9:30 and counting in what's going to be a very short fourth quarter. Tarpons are buried in their own end zone. Got some new faces out there. It's like 20 out there on offense. That's Reese Goday at receiver. Mack, I think, got him to jump. Yeah, it is offsides on Vanderbilt.
Well, the official threw it. That might be offense.
Let's see. They're walking it off. It is going to be offsides. Though I will say it did look like as the Terriers were jumping, the Tarpons receiver maybe moved a little early, so it did make it an iffy call. 1st and 5 for Mack and the Tarpon offense. Hand off to Dardar, big hole. How far is he going to run? He cuts on the inside, lowers his shoulder near the 30, so a big gain and a Golden Motors first down. Pickup of about 22 or so for Dardar. With 8:28 and counting. First and 10. Home crowd just kind of hushed. They know that they've got the game in hand. A lot of folks are just kind of having conversations. Making the VA, as we would say down the bayou. Hughes flanked out to the right. Hand off to Dardar. Nice surge. Falls to about the 35. Gain of about 5. Clock continues to run. Have not seen a scoreboard update from that East St. John and Central game, and boy, I really would like to know the score. That's a huge game in the area. Shaw leading St. James 28-14. Here it's second and about 4. Handed off to Dardar. He's got a first down and more across the 40, across the 50, lowers the shoulder down to about the 46. So big gain for Dardar. And another Golden Motors first down with 7:08 and counting.
Yeah, nice run by Dardar right up the middle.
First and 10, ball right in the middle of the field, right at midfield. Ooh, I got a scoreboard update for you, Brian Callais.
Boy.
I want to thank our old buddy Lance Leday, who's listening. Thank you so much for supporting what we do, Coach. Mac's going to keep this one off right tackle. Big gain. Good block from Hughes. And Mac is going to be slung down by the horse collar.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a clip on Hughes, block in the back on Hughes, and then a horse collar tackle on Mac. Those fouls will offset, and we'll do it over again if I have my right official hat on.
Yeah, and look, I'm glad there wasn't another penalty. That referee threw
Didn't
his
have
flag,
anything else.
threw his cap.
What was next?
What was coming next?
Rip off the shirt. While they sort this out, we thank Lance Leday for letting us know Central Lafourche 7, East St. John 6, final score.
7-6.
7-6. And we did have it right. It is a holding on South Lafourche and
Well,
horse collar.
congrats to Coach Pop. Pulled out the win that you had to get.
How about that, man? 2 weeks in a row, the Bayou beats the river.
The official standing at midfield. Everyone else is in about around the 20.
Yeah, 5:35 and counting with the running time. Not too many snaps left in this one. Those fouls did offset. Very fortunate Mac wasn't injured. That's a dangerous tackle. You wouldn't want to lose him in a 52-point game.
No.
Frankly, to be honest, I'm a little surprised he's still out there. In an empty set. Pierce in motion. They hand it to Dardar, big hole. He's going to get across the 45 to about the 43. Inside of 5 minutes to go here, the Terriers are going to get a win. They're going to improve to, let's see, they've played every game, so 5-1. You always have to think, did they get their game canceled during the storm
Did
or
they
not?
play it?
Yeah, they played. They beat John Ehret. Second down and 6. Play action for Max. Shoots it to the sideline. Deflected.
Whoa.
Was trying to get it to Hughes. It was deflected. Good play by number 9 for Vanderbilt that time. Let me make sure we shout out the name of that young man. That is Connor Lewis, an 11th grader. Next snap will be inside of 4 minutes.
I wonder if that's the Lewis kid that was at South.
Mack will keep it off the left tackle this time. And he's going to be slung down near the 40.
Mr. Wilbert Lewis's grandson.
That one I can't help you with. Don't know.
I believe that was his name.
4th down and about 4 for South Lafourche. 3:25 and counting. If they don't convert, the Terriers will run a couple of dives and get us out of here. Strong side of the field to the right, Mack. And we have, he's thrown an interception, but it was a false start. It would have been near a pick 6, but the play does not count.
And the Terrier player was injured. He pops back up.
Yeah, he's all right. He was just collapsing in drama at the idea of his pick 6 being taken away. He's fine.
Tell you what, those 2 girl trainers for
they were
the
on
Terriers,
it. Yeah, they were on it.
they were across the field just about when he popped up.
Yeah, he was just being a kid. Doggone it, I didn't get my interception, so just kind of threw himself on the ground. But you're right, big-time attagirl to those 2 trainers. They were out there in a hurry. So now because of the false start, it'll be 4th down and 8 with 2:23 to go. Yeah, 4th and 9. Good call, Truck. Strong side of the field
Truck
to the right.
Got you. You can't fall asleep here.
Billy out in motion. Mack looks to the sideline. Overshot, nearly intercepted. And it falls incomplete. Threw it into traffic. One Terrier could have picked it. Then on the ricochet, the second could have picked it, but it falls to the turf. And now with that clock running through the possession change, Vanderbilt pretty much could just take knees and get out of here. 150 and counting.
Yeah, look, situations here, just stay on the sideline. The clock's running.
You're right. They could, in theory, just wrap this one up. Cooper Odell will check into the game. I really like Cooper Odell. Cooper Odell's a good kid. Saw him play at Bayou Blue Middle School. Takes the snap, hands it away, and he gets tripped up. The tailback does, number 31, after a short gain. That's Mark LaPere.
Short game. Terriers will play 2nd.
111 and counting, so they got to run probably one more play. Shaw's going to beat St. James tonight, 35-14. They leave with 2 minutes to go. Thanks to Coach Rod for that scoreboard update. Think Hank Tierney knows what he's doing?
The victory formation?
Nope.
No.
Nope. They're going to hand it to LaPere again.
Maybe not.
They're going to time this to where this could be the last snap of the game.
Yeah, he's going to take a knee.
And Odell will take a knee, and that's your ball game. Vanderbilt's going to get a 64-12 win over South Lafourche in a game that was lopsided. The Terriers defend their home field for homecoming and put a hurting on Big Blue. Luke, let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we get back, Brian and I will recap this one with the Terriers getting a big win here on the Tarpon Sports Radio Network. Our final score, Vanderbilt gets a 64-12 win over South Lafourche. Casey Gisclair and Coach Brian Callais here. Closing things out, Brian, there's no way to sugarcoat this. There's no way to say it anything different. Vanderbilt beat up South Lafourche tonight. I mean, it was a game that was lopsided from the start. Tarpons do get the ball first and go down the field and score, but then after that, it was all Terriers. And in the second half, they continue to get that running game going. And Brian, the Terriers just flexed their muscles tonight and showed that, hey, when they're playing well, they're going to be tough to slow down.
Yeah, look, you got to give the Terriers credit. They came out ready to play. South Lafourche had a great plan. They came out, 8-play, 88-yard drive. then it seemed like the missed extra point, and it went downhill from there. And when Terriers, we talked about it in the pregame where they got Coleman, they can run the football, but they can also throw the football.
And they did.
And they mixed it up well. I think Coach Young mixed it up well in that first drive, and it kind of got away from them. And the kids played hard again, but man, we played 6 games, and is that right? 4 running time?
Yep. It's not good enough, man.
No, and it just puts so much pressure on the offense. And I know they got kids playing both ways and all, but it is what it is. And it's going to be a rough weekend in the morning. These coaches and players, they got to come out and look at the film, make corrections, and you got 4 games left. If you're a senior, 4 games left in your high school career, and I'm sure the talk is going to be how you want to end it.
So we'll wrap up with our Gen Gators Power Player of the game for South Lafourche. Terrence Petrie, number 1, earns it tonight. He left it all out on the field, kind of rolled his ankle there at the end, didn't play a whole lot in the second half, but caught some big ones, caught a touchdown, just finds his way open. Probably was close to 100 yards again. Terrence had a really nice night, leaves it all out on the field every Friday for South Lafourche.
Yeah, and a lot of that was in the first half where in the first couple of drives he had some good catches, runs his routes really well. Tarpons, you got to, keep your head up. You got to pick it up, and coaching staff's going to have to do a good job of getting these kids back in the right frame of mind for next week. We
home against Assumption.
Home against Assumption. Hell, look, Assumption's going to have athletes. We got to see. You got to regroup and get back at it tomorrow morning, and hopefully, the Tarpons can do it. But just man, you keep looking at it, 4 games with running time. It's rough.
Yep. Let's wrap things up here for Luke Plaisance in the studio, Erik Zach above us working the camera, Mr. Truck Gisclair on the computer, and my broadcast partner, Coach Brian Callais. This is Casey Gisclair signing off. We got the Sports Corner tomorrow from 10 to noon. Vanderbilt gets a big win tonight. God bless y'all. If you're listening at the stadium, please be safe getting back home. Good night, everybody.